Hello explorers, thanks for joining us again and welcome back to our channel. If you are joining us for the first time, we appreciate your time. In this episode, I will be diving into the reason why the United States of America's troops are heading back to the country of Chad. After less than 4 months, the troubled African country wants the United States of America back. Washington should rethink it twice in regards to its re-entering the country of Chad. Let me say this, I'm wondering if Chad is a hypocritical country or the president of the country has something to hide. In this episode, I will be diving into geopolitics, analyzing perspective, giving you a detailed analysis like never before seen. So I will encourage you to smash the like button if you like videos like this to enhance your geopolitical knowledge in regards to how Africa engage its geopolitical partners. So without any much delay, let's just dive straight into it. In an interview with Voice of America on most recently, the United States of America's Major General for African Command, Kenneth Ekman, said that the United States and Chad have agreed on the return of a limited number of United States of America Special Forces personnel back to the country of Chad. Details of the agreement have not yet been made public. The incumbent leader of Chad, Mohamed Deby, who led the country first as president of the Transitional Military Council from 2021 to 2022, and then as transitional president from 2020 until he won the presidential elections earlier this year, has decided to allow the re-entrance of United States of America's troops into Chad. Mohamed Deby serves as the country's first elected president since his father Idriss Deby was killed in a military offensive by a rebel group in the northwest part of the country of Chad in 2021. If you look at strategic option, what changed his mind in so far unclear. It wasn't so long ago, in the lead up to the Chadian presidential election on May 6, that Deby asked the United States of America to remove all military personnel from the country. The United States of America complied with this request, withdrew 75 U.S. Special Forces personnel, many of whom had been stationed at a French military base in the capital of Djamena. At the time, there was no indication that the United States military would be given the green light to come back. If you look at perspective, their reported return runs counter to the recent trend across the Sahel in which national governments have asked Western forces to leave after years of failed counterterrorism agencies' operations effort. At the end of 2023, France withdrew its forces from Niger at the demand of the country's government, which took power in a military coup in July of 2023. The military government in Niger similarly asked the United States of America to leave. Washington just recently completed its full military withdrawal from the country of Niger. If you look at strategic options in the region, tension in the regions are high, with national governments increasingly worrying of the institutions traditionally backed by Western countries. The recent formation of the Alliance of Sahelan states between Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso is seen as a move from a partnership in direct opposition to regional, continental, and also global diplomatic and economic communities such as the Regional Economic Body known as ECOWAS and the African Union, as well as Western-backed institutions that many in those countries seen as offspring of colonialism. If you look at other areas, bringing troops back to Chad risks further entangling the United States of America in a web of expanding insurgent activity that neither Washington nor local military forces have been able to repel. If you look at other areas, despite a decade of counterinsurgency operation by Western states, most notably France and the United States of America, in conjunction with local and regional military bodies across the Sahel, militant groups are only growing in strength and expanding further across the region. And according to other experts, armed groups originally based in North Africa and Sahel are now moving further south, where they are also threatening security of coastal states of Benin, Togo, Ghana, and also Cote d'Ivoire, among others. Security challenges are also partially responsible for the dramatic rise in coup attempts in those countries across the region in recent years, including Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Chad, and Guinea. all of this has occurred despite years of American and French military presence in the region. If you look at strategic option, as I close this short episode, rather than commit more troops to a failed counterinsurgency fight, the United States of America will be better to focus on diplomatic engagement and coordinated intelligence sharing with countries of the region. Restationing troops in Chad risks United States of America military personnel suffering an attack at the hands of armed groups, which will further drag Washington into an unshakable conflict in the region, as Mali, Burkina Faso, and also Niger have kicked out the US troops that have completed their withdrawal. Going back into the country of Chad gives a huge question to be answered by geopolitical analysts. What is the reason why the United States is going back into Chad? And what is the Chad government hiding so far? Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think in regards to the current decision by the country of Chad to bring back the United States of America into its country. We are looking forward to meeting you in our next episode. Smash the like button and share the video, and let us know what you think in regards to Chad's perspective, and if the country is just a bluff or the leaders in the nations do not basically understand how the country runs. We want to thank you for watching. We are looking forward to meeting you soon in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Good morning. It's a great pleasure to welcome Chairperson Faki here to the State Department, to Washington, for what is now our 9th high-level dialogue between the African Union and the United States.
C'est un plaisir d'accueillir M. Faki à Washington pour ce qui est notre 9e dialogue de l'Union.
I think this reflects the vital and increasingly close partnership between the United States and the AU, and it also reflects the critical role that the AU plays not only regionally but around the world. That was further reflected in the fact that the AU was welcomed into the G20 just this year.
Cela reflète le rôle vital et croissant que notre partenariat entre les États-Unis et l'Union africaine joue, et le rôle critique que joue l'Union africaine au niveau régional et au niveau mondial, chose qui a été reflétée par l'intégration de l'Union africaine au G20 cette année.
We are partners in working to strengthen democratic institutions, to provide for regional security, to deal with the most important challenges that our people face, whether it's dealing with climate change, food insecurity, infrastructure, global health. In each of these areas and more, the African Union and the United States are partners.
Nous sommes partenaires pour renforcer les institutions démocratiques et pour faire face aux questions sécuritaires et à toutes les difficultés auxquelles font face nos peuples, dont le changement climatique, l'insécurité alimentaire, tout ce qui a trait aux infrastructures, la santé de par le monde. Les États-Unis et l'Union africaine sont des partenaires forts.
The relationship between the United States and the African Union is maybe the best example of our commitment and our conviction that when it comes to Africa, it's not what we're doing for Africa, it's what we're doing with Africa and in support of Africa.
La relation entre l'Union africaine et les États-Unis est un excellent exemple de notre engagement, de notre conviction qu'il ne s'agit pas de faire quelque chose pour l'Afrique, mais plutôt avec l'Afrique et en soutien à l'Afrique.
So it's a great pleasure, my friend, to welcome you here to the State Department. Thank you for being here.
C'est un très grand plaisir de vous accueillir ici au département d'État aujourd'hui, mon ami.
Merci, Monsieur le Secrétaire d'État. Je suis heureux de venir aujourd'hui à Washington pour prendre part à la 9e session du dialogue de haut niveau avec les États-Unis, qui correspond presque exactement au 10e anniversaire de l'accord qu'on a signé, qui a institué ce dialogue entre l'Union africaine et les États-Unis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary of State. It's a pleasure to be here in Washington for the 9th high-level dialogue that we have with the United States. In fact, it coincides with the 10th anniversary of the agreement that we've had since we have started this dialogue.
Sur la lancée du dernier sommet qui s'est tenu ici en décembre entre les États-Unis et l'Afrique, je crois que les priorités de notre partenariat sont connues. Vous les aviez énumérées sur les questions de paix et sécurité, sur la question de la démocratie, sur les questions de développement, sur les questions de changement climatique. Nous avons un partenariat fructueux et nous souhaitons l'élargir et l'approfondir.
In fact, since we've launched this dialogue and also we've had our meeting between the United States and Africa, the priorities of our partnership are well known. I know yourself described it: peace and security, democracy, development, climate change, and this partnership is very fruitful. We want to expand it and even deepen this partnership.